All right, HappyHr bartender. We're all good. We sound great. The moon spirits are with us today. What's good, everybody? I'm Cousin P. That's May May.
Hi.
That's Ray.
Hi, guys.
And this is the Happy Hour. We back. You ready to do this shit again? Before we jump into the topics, I just wanted to check in on my ladies. How y'all doing? How y'all feel about the first episode?
We'll let Ray go first since she was the first episode. How do you feel?
Yeah.
I felt good about it. I could see that I hesitated a lot to jump in sometimes, and
Just got to do it.
then I thought I was like, wow, just let it out.
Yeah.
That's all this show is.
So I might cut you guys off a little bit more today.
Please. Especially because I talk too much.
I didn't notice.
I'm just kidding.
Megan knows this all the time. She wish I would stop talking.
I've been talking more lately, so I mean, I guess we're evening out. Ray's going to be the one to balance us.
Yeah.
Tell us to shut the fuck up.
Well, what did you think of the episode?
I thought it was really good. I liked everyone's opinions and everything, and I'm really excited for this new season. I think it's going to go really, really well.
Yeah, me too. You know, the thing I really liked about the episode, I thought the flow was really good. But I'm super excited to, with the audience, with you guys, kind of get more interactive with you guys again, like we did season 1. Mm-hmm. Hear some of your guys' stories, answer some of you guys' questions. So make sure that if you are watching, you comment on YouTube too. You don't have to just do it Facebook, right? But comment on Facebook, comment on Instagram, comment on all those other platforms that we do have. Make sure you like the video. It helps out with the algorithm. Make sure it gets in front of other people too, because I think we have good content. Mm-hmm. And then of course subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 now, so
the next goal.
We hit 100. We're trying to get to 200 now.
Season 2, 200 people. I think it's doable.
Yeah.
We're more than halfway there.
Yeah, when we at 160 now, 161.
I know we got another one since when we posted our video last.
Yeah, we haven't even been doing this for a full year yet, so.
Yeah, it's a cakewalk.
It's coming up, though.
Oh, yeah, and the bartender's with us, too. What's up, bartender?
Hey, oh.
We need to see when his first episode was so we can do his anniversary for a year.
Oh my.
He joined us a little bit after.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and jump into these topics. I wanted to kind of do a little icebreaker topic first before we get into some of the more, debatable stuff.
Okay.
All right. What would you... No, okay, before I jump into it, I just kind of want to preface it, because I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of things on especially Twitter, because Twitter is like toxic land, right?
Yeah.
Where people are talking about things that would kill the date or things that would, be like a deal breaker for them. And a lot of shit is kind of like just irrational. And at first, I was really coming off as judgmental. I was like, God, these bitches are hella petty. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the world? But then I started to think more and more about it. Like, I do, too, have, I guess, irrational or petty deal breakers. Things that, don't really define somebody's character. But it would be, the thing, why I would stop dating somebody. What would you say are your guys' irrational deal breakers?
I want you to go first.
You want me to go
Let's
first?
let the gentleman go first this time.
Let's hear it, Prentice.
It's usually ladies first.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of my irrational deal breakers is if you have a poor taste in music, I don't want to fuck with you at all.
That's
Right?
super petty.
If all you listen to is Carly Rae Jepsen shit, or is that how you saying that? Carly Rae Jepsen, or I don't know what the fuck that is. Or Taylor Swift, but
you don't like T Swift?
I don't like
I'm
Taylor
not saying
Swift.
I don't
Not a
like Taylor
Swiftie.
Swift. I'm just saying, if that's all you listen to and you have, no interest in opening up your catalog of music, or you're like one of those people where it's like, black guys don't listen to rock. One of those people, nah, deal breaker. Get the fuck out of here. Number 2. I watch a lot of anime. Mm-hmm. Now, you don't have to participate. And if I'm actually being quite frank, I prefer you not to participate.
Okay. Why? So we don't watch the sexy anime girls?
Here's the reason why. This is why I don't...
Explain that.
This is why... Yeah, that's it. I don't want... when women watch shit, they just ask questions all the time. It's like, oh, what's going on? You're watching it with me. What do you mean what's going on? That's not the deal breaker, but the deal breaker is if... you judge me for watching anime. Some girls are they don't want their men to watch things that they consider cartoons. It's like, oh, I don't want a guy who's going to be watching anime all day. I want a guy who's motivated and is going to put in some work. Bitch, fuck you. I need to take a break, too.
That's really funny that you said that about not doing that all day. There was this. Have you seen that dating show, The Button?
No.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
So
I
basically,
hate that show. Go ahead.
it's a blind dating show. Not blind. Sometimes they will actually wear a blindfold, but basically you sit at a table. There's a buzzer in the center, and you guys meet and you talk. And then there's like a person who's the robot, that'll ask questions and bring stuff up. And then when the light presses red, if you don't like the person, you hit the buzzer and it's on to the next person. But you got to be the first one to do it.
Yeah. And the buzzer turns on like within like the first like minute.
You have to be the first one to do it. What happens if you're not the first one to do it?
So the goal is to last for the date for 10 minutes, and then you get all expense paid second date. But I mean, you should see these people that go on. There was this one girl who was like, "Do you have abs?" Because they were wearing a blindfold, and she was like, "Do you have abs?" No. Instantly hit. What do you do for hobbies? He's like, play video games. She hit that again because she's like, he needs to do more in life than just play video games. And I'm like,
I know.
that's what makes him happy. That's not his life.
The whole reason why they hit the button is like, I didn't like his t-shirt. Like, that's just not in style. Like, well, bitch, are you serious? Like, are we really? Like, that guy could be the man of your dreams. And it is what's wrong with dating.
I mean, looks are okay. If we're gonna get into this, looks are important. So I can see some of it. But still, I think that this show's really crazy.
Looks, but fashion.
There's only been one couple that I've seen that's successfully gone to the second date. And, like, there's, like, so many videos of this.
Mm.
It's
I
really
need to
good.
get out more.
You should really watch it. It's
Sounds
really
like
good.
worse speed dating.
It's terrible.
Well, then you get I cannot say it. Embarrassed in front of, like, everyone on the internet. So,
Humiliation.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the worst part about it too.
Well, like the part I hate about that show is like when people take it first off, people take it the wrong way all the time. Like there'll be girls who would get buzzed out, and then they'll go into the back room and we're like, oh yeah, he's hella misogynistic. Like he buzzed me because I was overweight, and I was like, no, he buzzed you because something else, but. You have insecurities, and that's the reason why you think you buzzed you.
I mean, if I was, I would probably talk some shit too if I got denied, because I'd be like, "What? I'm a catch."
Yeah, but then you got to go to all the other girls and tell like some lies.
The point is to win. Like I would be like, "Fuck y'all." The point is to get to the second date to find your true love. Like it's like,
but like, what if they're
about
an
those
asshole?
girls in there?
Are you winning if they're an asshole and you're going on a date with them?
You can't get to know someone in 10 minutes and be like, "This is the one."
You don't believe the love at true sight?
Oh, see, that's a topic we could talk about. For sure.
Hold on,
real quick, wouldn't you say, though, that you can decide if you'd want to go on a date again with somebody in 10 minutes?
Yeah, because like you have interactions, you meet people at a coffee shop or whatever, and then you ask for their number or ask to go on a date. It's like essentially the same thing, except
I mean, especially
you
if
get a
it's
little bit more
blind
time to
date,
talk.
Like if you're doing like the setup where it's like I'm meeting this person.
I think a person could for sure, but me, no. I've never been the guy to like run to somebody at a fucking bar and then ask them on the date. That's never been me. Like I've been maybe the person who's ran into a girl, thought she was pretty, got her number, and then
just coincidence.
No, not coincidence because I was interested. But like I'm not spending money on you. Like I'm not investing.
You're not gonna buy her a drink?
I don't buy drinks.
Okay,
I think
We need a drink spot for you.
No, actually, no, and I've had that happen before, but that's another story. No, I don't buy drinks. I think it's creepy. I do. I think
girls don't think it's creepy.
Yes, they do.
I think there's a weird
it's your
expectation that comes along with it for some guys.
I think most girls when they get a drink bought for them, they are not interested in that guy. I've never seen a guy. I've never seen a guy successfully buy a girl a drink and then they end up going home together and no criminal charges were it's just I just don't. Nah, I don't do that. But like I said, I'll get a girl's number and we'll text for a while. And if I think she's okay, then I'll invest money and time into her. But other than that, like I'm not, one time. Oh yeah, you're great. 10 minutes. I've known you for that long. Let me go ahead and drop $100 on you.
What? No.
What drinks are you
The
getting?
second date is paid for.
No, I'm saying for a date. Because
the second date
dates
is
are pretty
paid for.
expensive.
I mean, but like on the first date, who's doing like a big ass date? You know what I mean?
Me.
Actually,
I took Jasmine to San Francisco on their first date.
But you knew Jasmine.
that's
You
different.
knew
hold on.
It
Jasmine.
was Valentine's Day.
It wasn't okay. It was Valentine's Day, but I'm saying
how
no.
am I
What
telling
I'm
you
saying,
this story, Prentice?
it was Valentine's Day. But even Adriana, I took her on an expensive ass date. Starla, I took her on an expensive ass date, and I didn't even have money.
So you're just flexing.
No, I
Washing the
was in high
dishes in
school.
the back when you're done cooking,
I didn't
when
have
you're
money,
done eating.
so I cut some grass. That's what I'm talking about. Like I had money. Like I didn't have money. I didn't have a job, but I saved up money to take her on a nice date.
Did you know though? Okay, hold on. Are we still gonna that other topic you asked me earlier? Are we gonna talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
then I'm gonna
I
save
wanna
it
hear
for
your
that.
deal breakers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I gave you two of mine.
Yeah. Deal breakers are kind of hard for me because they're situational. I don't really have anything off the top of my head that I could think of that I would be like.
You don't have any deal breakers that are like, okay.
That are petty? No, because I mean, one deal breaker is like religion. I'm not a religious person. I wouldn't want to date someone who like went to church and stuff like
See,
that.
that's a petty deal breaker.
That's not petty. I'm not religious.
That's kind of petty.
No,
I don't think that's petty.
petty because that's my
It's a
personal
different
belief.
lifestyle. It's
Yeah.
not like, for me, I wouldn't want to date someone who's super religious and like
Dedicated
goes to church all the time, because I know that like I'm not going to fit in with what they need or like what they want and idealize from me. Like I'm going to be a heathen, and
I'm gonna be a heathen.
and I don't get to feel like a heathen all the time.
church.
I guess maybe it's because I grew up differently. So like my dad never went to church, but my mom's a Jehovah's Witness, which is like, like, I mean, in my opinion, that's as religious as you get. Mormons, Jehovah's Witness, maybe fucking Catholics, but Jehovah's Witness is pretty religious.
Yeah.
So that dynamic worked in my family. I didn't see any issues. Like they didn't fight over it. There were times where the kids wanted to stay home and didn't want to go, and mom didn't make a big ass deal.
See, and like that's another thing too is like when I have kids, I don't. Like if they learn about religion and want to do it themselves, but like I wouldn't want me or my partner to like force them to go to church. I didn't grow up with church. I did go to church with friends and stuff during high school, junior high, and all that kind of stuff, and it was interesting. But it never interested me. But my point is like I made the effort to at least try, and I didn't like it. So like I would want my kids to do that. I wouldn't want to be like, hey, get up, we're going to church. Put your finest on. We're going on Sunday. Like no, that's not me. And another thing too is I want to be with my partner. As
You don't want to share him with church?
share him with
church is
Jesus?
like
No,
2
I'm
hours
good. I don't want
long.
to share him with Jesus.
Oh my God! See, that's petty.
That's not petty. Petty would be.
That is so
That's not.
petty.
It's a
That part's
personal
petty.
preference.
I could say the whole like
that
not
part's
wanting to be with
funny.
someone
Church is
religious.
2 hours long.
Once a week.
But
on a Sunday.
another thing too is like with religious beliefs and stuff. It's like I don't believe in that certain stuff, and I feel like that could possibly cause problems. There are people that do it. For instance, your parents. But for me, I just don't see me living a lifestyle like that. I don't want.
She's a bigger heathen than me, so
For sure. for fucking sure. Yeah, no. So that's one pet peeve.
Or deal breaker.
A deal breaker. I mean, honestly, right now I'm taken, but like this is petty. Kids. I wouldn't want to date someone with kids.
Is that petty?
Why is religion petty but not
Because
someone who had
religion doesn't
kids?
really like someone's religion. If they're open to you, then it wouldn't affect you. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, let's say I was single and I was interested in a Muslim girl.
Okay.
Right? And I'm a Christian.
Okay.
If she was open to the idea of dating a Christian man, then our different religions aren't going to affect our immediate relationship. You know what I'm saying? So like me going, I don't want to date you because you're a Muslim, you're open to it. Like it's like it's not going to cause
how
anything.
about like level of devotion? How about that? Like my dad's a Christian. If I were to date someone who practiced Christianity the way my dad does, I wouldn't really bother me. But if I was dating someone who was like going to church every weekend, going to Bible study all the time, like super involved in the church, and like that was like their group of people that they spent time with, I know that I would be a stark contrast against that. And like that wouldn't super mesh. So I don't feel like for me, it would be a deal breaker, but like I don't feel like that's an irrational thing. Because it's like a different lifestyle.
I can get that. Like if their level of devotion is something where it's now going to they're going to invest a whole lot of time into that, which is also going to require you to invest some time into it too. Because if you're living in their household or whatever, it's it's going to
It crosses
even
over.
flow into there. But if they're not super like most. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Most people claim a religion and don't really practice the religion.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't mean someone who like believes in.
Okay, so
God
like you don't have to date an atheist. Like
no, I'm not atheist. I believe in a higher power. I don't set myself to a certain type of religion. I don't practice a certain type. I believe there is something. I don't know what. And I can date someone who can believe in whatever. But as far as like what Ray said, like church practices and like level of devotion, someone who's really devoted to church and stuff like that, we will not mix. We will not. And I've dated someone who, when I was younger though, so I mean, I guess it was a little bit different. But he was really religious, and it was just like he was always Bible study, doing stuff after work, and it was just like church and just like like. No, it wasn't for me.
It was to keep him away from you, the heathen.
That
is the design, Megan.
The temptation.
He can't have any extracurricular activities.
Okay, so and then kids would be another one, just because I wouldn't want to date someone with kids. Like it comes with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it
does.
And not for me.
Yeah, that one I can't say that's petty, just because like that's. I mean, to me that is a big ass deal. Like, if you date somebody with kids and they get serious, like, you know, it's you in some way a little bit have some type of, you know, like you're kind of burdened by that. You know what I mean? Like if well, think about it. If
choose a better word.
No, it is. Like if you get into a relationship,
become responsible.
No, you don't always like we had this debate. You don't always become responsible, but you do become burdened, right? For example, let's say you get in a relationship with somebody who has kids. And him and the baby mom have an agreement where they have to stay local. But y'all are like, fuck, we don't want to live in California anymore. I want to move to New York. And an opportunity comes where you get a job that can take you to New York. Well, what's happening? Are you breaking up with dude now or what? You know what I'm saying? Like it comes with some burden. It does. You have to be willing to sign up for that. I would like as a person who was a single father, I never pushed it on anybody. Like I never made them feel guilty if they didn't want to date because I had kids. Because I do understand it's a big deal. It's a big responsibility.
Not a burden. I know. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. I actually have a petty one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Here we
they
go.
can't have a fucked up nose. Because I'm gonna be staring at your face and stuff. Like I can't. You need to have a straight nose.
I like that one. That is petty, but I like that.
Like even if you were born with a natural nose and nothing broke, if it's still an ugly nose, I can't do it.
Yeah, I get that one because like I have had similar situations with teeth, not nose but teeth, like with fucked up teeth, and I can't do it.
Yeah,
and that's petty. That's fucked up.
Would that be superficial?
That is hella superficial, and I'm okay with that.
Okay. Okay, Ray, we've been talking. What's your pet peeves? I mean, deal breakers. Damn
My deal breakers? Okay. I was having a hard time with this because as I told Prentice, I think that all of my shit's sensible. Like, everything anyone else might think is irrational is fucking rational for me.
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
And I feel like I'm about to be like the worst person in here because you guys have already said some stuff that let me know. All right. I've already dated the guy who does hella video games. No me gusta. Like it's, you know, like they're constantly playing video games. Like
they need to be able to put you like as a priority at some point.
It's like, can you get out the house and like get a tan for me? Like, I'd love that. Smoking and e-cigarettes. I'm cool with marijuana, but like smoking and e-cigarettes, I know some people in this room smoke, but it's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, for me too. I can't do cigarettes. I've done girls who smoke weed, but I can't do cigarettes. Well, actually, I won't date girls who smoke weed either. Because I have kids.
I don't care if someone smokes weed, but I'm not going to date someone who's like a super stoner. Because like, I'm good. Anyways, let's see. The one that came to me when you were talking, Megan, that I think is a little bit more on the rational side.
Okay, why are you looking at me like that?
Is bad tattoos. Like, if someone has a stupid as fuck tattoo.
Yes, that's so valid.
Spare me.
No
like,
regrets.
I don't want to see that.
You don't like the teardrop on the face or anything like that?
The face tattoos?
Oh,
you know what?
Oh. I cannot see you walking around with a dude with a face
I
tat.
see her with a dude all tatted up. I could so see you with
Megan
dude
knows
all
a different
tatted up.
version of me.
I guess I just see dimples
would it
and I
be-
just think
Would I bring him home?
No. She needs like
This
a
would
tatted
be
up dude
like
with some
when I move
piercings.
out of town, I'm gonna have a secret boyfriend that no one gets to meet, and that's gonna be him.
I've already not met one of your boyfriends, so no, that's not okay. That's not okay.
So yeah, bad tattoos I think would be maybe the most irrational one because
That's, I mean, for the most part, permanent unless you're going to pay to get it removed.
yeah,
Even like removing it, doesn't it still scar? It's not like 100. It will never be 100% back to the way it was, right? After laser removal for tattoos.
I don't have the answer.
Do you know?
I don't know.
That is true.
What is true, bartender?
I believe that it still leaves a bit of a scar.
Yeah.
It's not 100% removed because, you're taking ink out of your skin that's been jammed in there with needles.
I've researched it. It's like a laser that breaks it down and causes it to go into your lymphatic system. And so, like, it fades out each session, but I think some of them, like, it doesn't fully come out. Like, certain colors, it can't completely get out. I don't know.
I got a science question for you after the show. So,
A what?
science question that I want to hear your answer on. Okay.
Okay, don't put me on the spot.
You can't ask the question on the show.
Yeah, let's see if I'm a dumbass.
My question. Okay, so like I've seen this thing where it says like the body cells rejuvenate themselves every 7 years, whereas like you're a completely new person. So wouldn't that be the same thing for skin?
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So-
But the question is like, how does the ink stay?
I mean, I guess it would go how deep in the epidermis it would go.
I don't know. You can Google that one.
Epidermis, okay.
Epidermis
We're
is
getting- we're getting
epidermis
real-
is the skin. Is
Yeah.
like is skin.
We
It
get
has
real
to go into a
sciencey.
certain layer.
Look at
Esthetician.
look at that.
I went to school.
She really
I'm
paid attention.
Smarts and stuff like that. So I'm happy.
I love it. All right.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this earlier, Megan. I didn't get a chance to, so hopefully, I'm going to preface this, and hopefully I don't cross any boundaries. Okay. So I was on my Facebook page, and I was blocking some people because I'm tired of seeing the reels.
Okay. Okay.
And then I saw, like people who are in my friend requests. And one of them is an ex of yours who's still in my friend request because I won't deny it. Like if I don't want to add you,
You know this X-ray.
yeah. If I don't want to add you, I don't deny your request. I just keep you in there. You just stay in there
In limbo?
in the matrix
Facebook.
forever. Well, I saw him, and it reminded me of a time where he was upset at you. Because we were like going to lunch and talking and shit.
His jealous.
She's a bitch.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think the only person you'd actually say anything to me to, or that would be the only person you'd actually be like, you know who this is, Rihanna.
Yeah, you know exactly who this
Well,
is.
like the thing that he would accuse you of, he was like, "Oh, well, why are you and Prentice going out on dates?" And we're like, "Wait, what?"
We go to lunch. We
Yeah,
go to lunch
would
and
go
we
to
talk.
lunch and we would talk and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, well, that's a date. Like, if any guy is going out with you and he's spending money or blah blah blah, then it's a date." Now, the more and more I thought about it, there does come a point where the line kind of gets blurred. Now, we never crossed that line, obviously.
No.
But I do think, like, for example, if we go out and get sushi, that to me is an outing.
Yeah.
Okay? If we're going to Roof Chris,
I would have to get dressed up all fancy for that. That would be like date level.
Exactly, right? Like,
Yeah.
at some point, like, because if
I mean, unless I was
Jasmine-
paying for myself.
if Jasmine had a guy friend, okay, and he was taking her out to lunch to fucking Roof Chris, I'm kind of lightweight jealous, and I'm
Be
keeping
like,
it
where's
buck.
my steak?
Yeah, like I think at some point, like, okay, here's my rule, and you can tell me if this is ridiculous or not. If the boyfriend can afford it, it's a date.
If the boyfriend can afford it, it's a
Can't.
date. Can't afford it,
Can't
it's a
afford
date.
it.
So if you're broke,
If you're dating a broke man and your guy friend takes you somewhere that he cannot afford, it's at that point it is a date.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
he was
okay.
setting the bar real low. You could take her anywhere.
I was like, now makes like all the times we went to lunch like dates. I was like, we can't say that because like it's not true. But he was a broke bitch. So I mean, I don't like that philosophy. That's not a good one.
Oh, I mean that's an interesting conversation though. So like, if you're dating a broke guy, right?
Yeah.
And if you're
Her
dating a
friend
broke
wines and
guy,
dines are better than me.
but then his guy friend or her guy friends are taking her out every other week.
Step your shit up. Step your shit up. That's a standard. That's a okay. So when we would go to lunch and stuff, we would talk about, and you would tell me like the crazy shit about all the guys I was talking to, and like all the shit that was like I was doing wrong and they were doing wrong, and it's like when you would give me advice, you would like show me standards of what I should actually have in a relationship. So that being, I feel like that would be its own standard. If he can't do that for me, but you can, then he needs to step his shit up. Especially since, like, for example, our friendship, it's just a friendship. Like, we just go to lunch. We don't we don't do anything else. We don't go out we don't do dinners. We never hang out on the weekend. I never come over and chill at your house. You never come over and chill at my house. Like, it's not like that. So it's like, I feel like that would be a standard, especially if it's just lunch. Like, step your shit up. I'm literally just
said it then.
Oh, girl. I gotta fill you in on some stuff. I'm just seeing his face right now and just telling him to step his shit up. And he was just a punk.
What are your thoughts? No, okay, from a woman's perspective. Okay,
Not my example.
Let's say the roles are reversed.
Okay.
Okay. You got a guy you're with, and his lady friend is coming around, and he's taking her to places that maybe he hasn't taken you. How do you feel? I guess what I'm trying to figure out is where is
like
this?
if my man's taking me somewhere cheap all the time, but he's like gonna go take his homie out to a nicer restaurant.
He takes you to the American River, but he's taking her to the beach.
2-hour drive to the beach.
People who don't live in Sacramento don't understand that reference.
Are they driving alone in that car?
Most likely. I feel like what you said is different than what you just said when you're talking to me. Like, you worded it different.
Oh, I did. Because I'm trying to get.
He's trying to change the perspective.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out, like, really, truthfully, I'm trying to figure out where is this line. Because there has to be a line, right? Like, even if the intentions are pure, right? Like, if I'm getting to know a girl, the intentions are pure. However, there is a definition of what defines us just going out,
Yeah.
and then us actually being on a date. There doesn't even have to be any romantic efforts even put in place. I do think at a certain monetary threshold, you are now in date land.
What is it?
I think anytime it's over $100, we are now in date land.
Okay.
I do. And
$100 lunch. That'd be damn.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
think that's true. That's true.
That's
That's
date
true.
land
I
now.
mean, yeah, that's true.
Right? I think other lavish expenditures are date land too. I think like limousine type shit. I mean, no.
I mean, I've never been taken out on a limousine on a date
People are not
before.
picking up their homegirls in limousines and taking them out to lunch. Like, that's over the top. But even like gifts, right? Like for Christmas, let's say a guy friend got you a gift that was more expensive and maybe even more spot on to what you were looking for than what your boyfriend gave you. Does that now create issues? And are the issues valid at that point?
My question is, why am I dating my boyfriend and not dating my friend?
Because your friends is just your friend. Because they respect the sanctity of that relationship.
Like, it'd be your platonic friend.
I know.
Like, for example. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's setting standards at your boyfriend, so he needs to step the fuck up. That's basically what you just said it.
Yeah.
Like, why am I not dating him? Because he doesn't, it's like, it's just the standards point. He just needs to step up. Not saying that, you would automatically go for the best friend. You know what I mean? You'd have the conversation with your partner and be like, hey, step your shit up or I'm going to leave.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, maybe I'm going to contradict myself, something else I probably said at the time,
right.
but like,
I do that shit all the time.
I feel like I'm decent at choosing them, and I don't think I could have a friend that's better than my partner and me and my partner last, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm dating some bummy ass dude, but I have a friend who's like really on it, I bet you that I'm going to probably leave my bummy dude and start like cozying up to my friend that's got it together.
Okay. Well, let's say your dude's not bummy though. Let's say your guys' point in your lives align, right?
Oh, I'm bummy too.
But you're not bummy. You're just you're middle income. But your friend, he's doing pretty good in life. You know, he's afforded a little bit more options, and you know, those options allow him to do more that you're used to. Now, does that now make your boyfriend like below the standard? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Because like I'm not trying to flex like I'm like, you know, rolling around in dough. But,
Okay.
But I do think, especially at that point in time, my income and the way that my income comes in puts me in a position where most men can't meet that. Right? Like, for example, I mean, just to put it out there, I do real estate. My income is in large lump sums.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, monthly what most guys make. It's a large lump sum. So when it comes in, it's, you know,
Nice.
it's nice. I could do more shit.
Yeah.
You know, does that matter? Does that now, like, okay, like now are we now forcing our men to be the standard of that? Or are we riding with them and then setting some boundaries with our friends and going, hey, you know, me and my boy are trying to work shit out. You can't take me to Ruth Chris no more.
I wouldn't even have that conversation because it's like, I'm hungry. If we're gonna go eat, if you're offering to take me to go eat, yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on like the relationship you have with your friend. Like you and I would never date. Right? It would be a shit fire relationship.
It would last a couple of hours. You would give me some.
It wouldn't even last a day, not even 24 hours.
You would give me some lip, and I would kick you out. You'd be on the side of the street.
I do have an attitude on me.
I believe in roles.
But no, it's just like if you're gonna do that, fine. It's honestly on me if I decide to stay with that person who doesn't live up to the standards that I want.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, what's your opinion? Do you set boundaries on that friend?
I don't want to deny food, dude. Like
I don't want to deny a free meal. Give me that food.
I love food.
I don't think I've ever had a guy friend that like spoils me when I'm in a relationship. I usually feel like I keep other men at a decent distance, or maybe there's like a hardcore like that's a friend, and like that person doesn't spoil me. Or like does do things for me.
I feel like this question's kind of hard because I feel like a lot of people when they get into relationships they distance themselves from the friends that are the opposite sex.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people can't relate to something like this because most people, especially now in this generation, are super jealous or, the stories that I hear are just
they
crazy.
super jealous or because like personally I don't think
was Tim super jealous of us when we would have lunch?
Tim was definitely insecure.
I don't give a fuck. He was very insecure.
He was definitely very, very insecure.
I wonder why. He was a punk.
He was a punk.
But jealousy is not a bad thing. I think jealousy is a security defense, right? Like it's
to a certain level. I mean, jealousy can become toxic.
Yeah,
it can
agreed.
be. But like I feel like personally, this is my thoughts about jealousy. If I'm doing something and it's causing my partner to feel jealous, then we both need to make some type of assessment. It's not just on the person who's jealous. Yeah, it's now both of us because we both have
as
a
long
duty.
As it's rational jealousy.
Even if it's irrational, So
that's feeding into their toxic behavior then because you're changing because of how they feel.
I'm not saying that you're making the equal amount of changes. I'm saying that you still have to assess yourself. I like if my partner starts crying over a joke that I made, and even though it wasn't like a harsh joke or something, I still need to assess, okay, how do I need to approach these situations next time? Do I tell jokes like that that are directed at this thing? Because maybe she has an insecurity. You know what I mean? Like maybe they dealt with something in the past.
That's valid what
Yeah,
you
but-
just said.
but
I'm
if
talking
you-
about invalid jealousy.
But the only way to determine if it's invalid is by by doing some type of assessment.
If a girl and a guy are together and the girl doesn't want the guy looking at any other chick, I don't have to assess anything. That bitch is jealous. Like if she were to get mad at him for looking at anyone else in public, that is instantly I don't need any time to think about that. Jealous. That's toxic. So there's certain situations like that where it's just like toxic and irrational, and it's like what do you do when you're that girl's partner? What do you do to assess yourself to change better? Do you put glasses on and pretend you're blind? Start walking with like a walking stick? Like what do you do?
I think about the message that I send.
By just looking at someone, Prentice?
Megan, hold on.
I need to let you finish. I'm sorry.
Jeez, I got a screen. See right there. She'd be on the side of the curb.
Ouch.
Bitch, don't you get out of my house. It would be like that.
Whatever.
No, I would look. Okay, did I appear as if I was like checking the girl out? Like did I? I mean, how was I looking at the girl? Was I just like, did I do one of these? You know what I'm talking about? Like when she walked around and
No.
I did one of these. Like, yeah, then maybe I need to calm the fuck down and maybe not do that next time. But if it's just like a glance, like someone's walking by, we're talking, and all of a sudden like, I just do that. And there's a problem, like, okay, now we assess the situation. Did I check her out? No. Cool. Let's talk about that now. Hey, dear, so this is what happened on my end. Now, it may have looked like this, but this is actually what happened.
Okay, that's
you're
toxic.
gaslighting
Just
her.
check. Just
I hate that term.
check
I
them out
hate
together.
What
Like,
does-
what
what
the
does
fuck?
gas-
Baby, you're
gaslighting
crazy. It's like
That never happened.
telling
What are you
someone
talking
that
about?
their reality is false when it's like it's not.
It's like they could be going to a party and have pictures, right? And the person wants to see the pictures, and they'll be like, hey, there's pictures of you. And they'll be like, well, why are you being so nosy? Like, why are you being so nosy into my life? It's none of your business. It's like they totally turn the situation around on that person. It's very narcissistic.
It's not narcissistic.
Anywho's,
Yeah.
I think
That's
a lot
narcissistic.
of the
Okay.
time, I'm gonna jump in here, y'all. Let's just drop that one, okay?
Okay. Okay.
I think if someone is incredibly jealous where it starts to become like irrational, it's probably because there's something stemming from it. Like either like that partner may have been unfaithful or like they've already caught them doing shit, or maybe she's or he or whoever is like had experiences with that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's stemming from something. So like they need to address that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of us have been
But
cheated
like
on.
at the same time, like also I don't think like if I'm going out with my man and he's checking out other girls, like I think I have the right to be like, yo, what are you doing? Like that's not okay.
As long as it's not like, as long as it's not what Prentice said, does a head turn.
Yeah.
But it's like, it doesn't bother me when, like, if Jody and I go out and he checks out girls, looks at their titties, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
mean,
He can do it all he wants. I mean,
It will
there's
bother
eye
some
candy for a
girls, and that's
reason.
okay, ladies. If it bothers you,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine.
No, it is. I mean,
I'm gonna show
have
to
a
your
tougher
house
skin.
with like a push-up bra and like a low-cut shirt next time. And be like, "Hi, Jody."
I don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know about that one. I think that okay.
She trusts me too much.
Yeah,
Well, you
no.
never do anything.
No, if
I would never get to that anyway.
if one of my homeboys
I know.
came over, obviously doing way too fucking much, be like, no, bro, you're gonna go home and you're gonna change your fit.
What is the guy
We are
gonna
not-
do to seduce your wife? How would a
I
guy
don't
roll
know.
up into your house
Fucking
to
gray
seduce
sweats,
Jasmine?
gray sweats, no underwear. I don't fucking know. Like, we're not doing none of that, bro.
I
We
just think of
gonna-
those TikToks where she's like, damn, and
Yeah,
damn,
no,
just
you-
over and over and again.
You're gonna go home and you're gonna change into something that's more presentable. How would you address your mother? Now speaking of cheating and things of that nature.
Okay.
Now, I just want to know what your guys' opinion is on this particular situation. Okay. If you catch your best friend cheating, does it make you a bad person if you don't snitch? So if you caught Ray cheating on her boo, and you're
I'm
like,
single.
she's single. for the camera out there, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But let's say she was in a hypothetical relationship, and the only reason why I'm saying her is because she knows Jody.
Yeah.
Right. She knows you. Like there's interest there, right? There's she has a vested interest to protect both of you guys, but her boo, we don't give a fuck about him. You just like her, right? So you catch her cheating on him, are you now reporting it to him?
No.
Right. Because I wouldn't either.
That's my
But
friends.
does
That's
that-
my friend's business, and like you don't necessarily know what's going on in their relationship 100%. They could have.
Well, you know somebody's cheating.
That's true. I mean, if she would have told me she was talking to someone else, I would assume that she'd obviously be cheating. But they could have an open relationship. I could peep something that I would think she would be cheating, but not really. It's like I don't know the full context, and I don't give a fuck. She's gonna be in my life a lot longer than whatever boyfriend that she's with. So I don't give a fuck about their feelings. I care about her feelings. And then when she finds her boo, then we go from there and it becomes like family. But it's like before then, I don't give a fuck about any of your boyfriend's feelings. I just care about your feelings.
What if I was married?
If you were married, I think it would.
And I had kids.
Still none of my business. I'm not trying to break up a home. Okay. I would be the homewrecker at that point. I don't want to be that.
Does it though? Does
That
it
makes
make you
you
a
the
homewrecker? I don't know about that. I think the person who's cheating is the homewrecker.
Technically, if you're just like think about like the meaning and everything. If I told your husband that you were cheating, and you guys divorced and all this stuff, and then you guys had custody battles, that's home wrecking. Like, yeah, you may have started the dominoes, but I'm the one that finished it by saying anything.
Okay.
So I wouldn't. I'd have your back. I'd have my sister's back. I have.
No.
Oh, you know what? Parents-wise, I don't know. I feel like parents would be different, but like friends and siblings, I'll totally have their back.
Well, parents are different because you
both.
Yeah,
you know
have,
both sides.
Yeah, you have an vested
really
interest
treacherous.
in both of them. That is treacherous. Now, let me ask you this, though. Does this change it a little bit? Or would you go about it at least in this situation? Would you talk to her and try to tell her, hey, maybe you should stop cheating if this is a chronic thing that you're doing, or you should talk to your partner about it?
Okay, so I know this is gonna sound weird, but if it wasn't like, it's not healthy to cheat. But I'm saying if it was like a really, really, really unhealthy like actions with this guy, like really, really just like drastic stuff you were doing, cheating, I would talk to you and be like, hey, maybe tone it back. But I mean, if you still
Tone it back. Tone it down. Only on a Wednesday, not every day.
I mean, if she's still
Ration it.
at the end of the day, me telling her not to cheat is not going to make her not cheat. I can at least be like, hey, here are the pros, here are the cons. My last like really good friendship I had before I went to Shea, I was talking to this dude, and I'm not dropping names this time. I was talking to this dude, and then I started talking to Jody pretty much at the end of my relationship that I was talking to this other dude. So I started talking to Jody right at the end. And I was kind of playing this dude towards the end, and because it was hard. I'll admit it. Mm-hmm. I was wrong for that, but it was really hard for me to end it. Honestly, it was just really difficult. Anyways, the girl I was really good friends with, she never admitted it, but I feel like she hated the fact that I was like kind of talking to both of them towards the end, and she got really defensive. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Like weird defensive.
Well, I remember.
Like you thought that she liked him, kind of thing too.
A little bit, but even I got a little like, hey, Megan, you got to do this week. Remember?
I know you.
I had
Did
that,
you talk to him yet? No. Yeah.
I would have that come to Jesus talk with you. Like, look, you got to tell him, look, you're dropping him, and you got to do it today. He's a nice guy. You're going to hurt his feelings, and you're going to hurt his feelings regardless. But if you do it now, it's not going to hurt so much.
She's feeling it all over again.
I feel so
now.
bad.
No, you did the right thing.
Sorry, guitar boy. I'm so
Guitar
sorry.
boy. Did he dress up as like a character on your first date?
He wore the hat.
I showed
The
you the
sailor
hat.
hat.
A sailor
I'm
hat?
gonna
It was
find
like
a
a
picture on my
captain
phone.
sailor hat.
It's
See, that's
Okay,
that's a petty deal breaker right there. That is a petty deal breaker.
I have to say that would be one because my gaydar went super off
Don't
when he
wear
wore
no-
that, and I was like, oh, what? So bad.
Don't wear anything that makes me question your sexuality.
No,
that is
that is not what I said, but it was just like, it just gave me more vibes of not bi, more gay.
Oh, that's
Do you
mine.
know what I mean?
That's mine. On the first date, do not wear anything that makes me question your sexuality.
So would you date a woman who's like more
on
tomboyish?
the first date, if you show up with baggy pants and a hoodie.
What about these shoes.
I will, and Jordans, I will go home.
Jordans.
I mean, it depends on the
I
date.
will go home.
It depends on the date. What if you guys are going on a hike?
No. No.
Yeah, was that a yeah, no? What was that?
No, I want you wearing Lululemons like the rest of them bitches out there.
Okay, look at you with your high
I'm not trying to
standards.
walk around with young MA. Come on.
What was the question again?
I don't know. What was the? I don't even know where this all went.
The cheating.
We were talking about cheating.
Would you
Yeah.
tell?
Yes.
Would you tell? Right? Or is this was that the question, or did you just make that up? Would you tell your best friend's partner if they were cheating? Would you?
Like if I found either y'all cheating on one of each other.
I think. Okay, hold on. I think you would because of because of your relationship with both of us. But if it was like, for instance, Tim, I don't think you would. I think you'd just let
I'd be
me
like rooting you on.
I mean, break up with him. You would let me mind my own business.
That's a
on that.
homewrecker right there.
I think
Someone who's setting up the cheating.
I'll be honest. If I found you cheating on Jody, I would talk to you first.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yo, nah. Like, you're going to lose me too. And then if I found out Jody was cheating on you, I'd go to you. Sorry, Jody.
Yeah, he did. Jody doesn't get that
The buffer.
the buffer. Yeah. Okay.
Immediately, there's no warning.
See, and I feel like that's fair and respectable, and like I get it because of because you were our friend. You were both of our friends in high school and stuff like that, and so you already have established relationship. You already have established friendships with both of us, so I can see that.
Yeah.
But like if it was just some rando that I was dating and I was like playing
I'd
the
be like,
field,
girl, stop being a hoe.
I'd be like, I'm having my fun. Whatever. Let me be me. Let me live.
Just don't blow me off for one of them. That'll
What?
be the line. Don't
What?
blow me off for one of them. Like, don't make a plan with me and then be like, oh, I'm going to boo number 2's house right now.
You know what?
Then I'd be like, let me roll up to boo number 1.
And then
She's
she got
all
mad.
excited. Damn.
No, I'm not excited. I've done that a couple times. I think she got mad because I was like, I would hang out with. There'd be times I chose to hang out with him over her, and she'd be like, "You don't even like this fool. Like, why are you not hanging out with me over him?" And she would get mad. We've never and will never have this conversation to clarify, but that's my theory. Can we move on to another topic?
I have a great topic. I've
let's hear
been
it.
waiting for this
Let's hear
topic.
it.
Now, on our network, we've had an episode on Shit Talk where one of our cast members said that he's gave a girl fellatio.
Wait, fellatio cunnilingus?
He's cunnilingus. You know what I mean? flicking
Fellatio's for a penis, dude.
flicking a bean
Okay.
for 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours.
Okay.
And within this 2 hours, he made the woman orgasm 14 times. Now, we're not really talking about the validity of this story because I think we all have some major questions that would.
Not even questions.
Then-
Some answers that I know. Like, I know that didn't happen. Like,
No.
that there's no way. There's no way.
I'm
sorry.
In music and really, I mean, you could look anywhere. You see this common theme where men, especially, are bragging about how long they can last in the bedroom or how long their dicks are and shit like that.
Where's the
really,
question?
How long is too long? Both size and time. How long is too long? Is there a too long? First off,
Too long,
with time.
too big of dick?
Both.
What?
Okay, first off, with time, is there too long with time?
Oh, okay.
And is there too long with size?
Yes.
I want to know either. I want to know both.
Yes to both.
There's too long with time.
Yeah, because after a while, especially if you come as it feels weird. Like, the sensations are different.
Each time you come.
No, it's pretty much the same. So when you come the same time. Everyone has their own coming patterns. I know this sounds super weird, but I saw this. Like, it's a pattern. Everyone has the same pattern. Like, not everyone has the same pattern, but you have your own specific pattern. So you finish the same time. So like when women come, there's either like a humming. It's either like a straight like a humming sensation or like it's like a pulse. Right?
Okay. Wait, okay, so
Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm kind of there, but I want to hear more about this pattern. So like when we're talking,
I think orgasms are like snowflakes. Each and every one is just a little bit different and unique in experience.
I mean,
So-
the only thing that makes it different is how long it takes to get there, but I finish the same every single time.
So when you say
So there's no orgasms that are better than other orgasms, like small orgasms versus bigger orgasms.
really?
No,
Is that a question?
No, that is.
Okay. I was gonna say because I mean, for men, yes, there's orgasms that are like, and then there's orgasms that are just like you're about to pass out.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about, okay, for instance, Ray, for you, okay, like.
No, we don't talk about me in this regard. On
Okay,
the show.
okay, just for example.
we
Okay, for
hitting
example,
on
like, okay,
everybody,
so
man.
when you come and it's like, it's like you get the pulses of feeling really good, or sometimes it's just like a constant. For me, I get pulses, and I've never had constant. So for me, my coming pattern would be like pulses.
So okay, so the feeling of pleasure, right? So you're
Yeah.
about to come. The feeling of pleasure for you comes in pulses, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
like like the rose,
It's not like
the
a-
force setting on a rose, where it's like, dude, like it's like on and off, on and off. It's the
not
same
like
thing.
a crescendo. So like, well, because like for no for guys,
Guys, it's
for
different.
for guys. I mean, bartender, can you attest to this? Is it like the feeling? At least for most men, for us, the feeling is like a crescendo. It's like a buildup.
It's like it's always building up, and you're trying to like make it. How do you explain it? It's like a thermometer.
That's a great example.
And it's filling up to 150 degrees, whatever the max is, right? 150 is when the thermometer is going to burst, right? So,
Keep going, bartender.
what it is with us is it's like it's building up more and more, and you're trying to keep a balance of not making it burst out the top.
But it's so much different for guys than girls to come, because guys, it's just a constant motion. Girls, you have to find the right spot, do the right motion. If you find the right spot or motion and then the guy stops or changes rhythm, fucks it all up, and you got to start all over at the starting line.
See, but that's actually the same thing for guys too. I mean, it's not like I can just go in and out and eventually, for at least for me, it does take some. Like, you got to have some skills. You got to be able to grip that thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Practice your Kegels.
yes, there we go. The Kegels. Like if you had to do that. You know what I mean? Like the same thing with head. Like, you just can't be just bobbing up and down and no, you got to put on performance. Like, it can't.
Whip out the grapefruit.
To even use like the example, right? It's like bartender said with the thermometer. If the thermometer starts going up and you change course and you start doing something else, that thermometer is going immediately to zero.
Okay, but you know
It
what?
doesn't just stay there at that temperature like it does in the heat. It drops, and then I guess are over.
Guys come every time you have sex, though. Women don't always come.
That's not true either. There's plenty of times where I have not gotten off, and my partner gotten off.
See, that doesn't.
I think what typically happens is when the guy finishes, that's when generally it's socially accepted that, like, okay,
It's
this
done.
activity is over now.
Yeah, because the guy gets tired and he doesn't and also too, after he comes, he's not hard anymore. Like almost like 50% of the time he's not hard anymore.
With the
So
right-
it's
There's
like
other things
with
that
the right
one
tools.
can do.
I don't know.
With the
I'd
right
rather have
tools, he
someone
can
fuck me
fix
till I
that.
come than use their fingers or eat me out. I would never ever. That's not gonna make
Really?
me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess every girl's different. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like most girls, from what I've experienced, the eating out pleasure, because it's more clitoral stimulation. I see like bigger reactions when they have an orgasm versus like penetration. At least that's what I noticed.
I like both. I need both. I need
She likes mixed
stimulation.
orgasms.
I
Yeah.
need stimulation and penetration to come. I can't have one or the other, or I won't.
Yeah.
So eating out is not sufficient for me to come, and neither is like fingering or anything like that. Like, it needs to be both. So for this, usually when a guy's done, it's done, or I'll just it's done.
You know what can help with that though?
What?
You ever now you could talk to your dude about these, but like the penis rings.
Oh yeah, the vibrating ones.
They don't
I
even,
didn't expect that.
they don't even have to be the vibrating ones. So you could do the ones that are like just firm, right? They're reusable. You just wash them, and they sit at the base of your dick,
Oh man.
and they fill it with blood. I mean, you got hella veins in that shit. Even after you come, this shit's hella hard.
You didn't expect that advice today, did
I'm
you?
just saying.
No, I didn't expect him to say that, but it doesn't shock me. My last relationship, we used one, and it wasn't enjoyable for him.
It does take a minute to get used to, for sure.
It like rubbed on him, and he didn't like it. So it's like I don't want to.
I think it's supposed to be tighter than that.
There's different sizes.
Well, I mean, if you're on top and grinding on them, like. How tight do you need it to your dick? Do you need it to change colors? Like, I mean, like, the friction on top moved it, and that's what made it uncomfortable.
Oh, well, okay.
Maybe I just wasn't
There's
doing
like too many
it right.
details in this conversation
Okay.
for me.
This doesn't bother me.
All right, move it along.
My parents won't be watching this one.
Okay.
You're not just sending them the link?
You talked about time. I want to hear from Ray.
Yeah, I'm just...
No, yeah, don't get all wide-eyed. You know what you're signing up for.
These topics make her, like, run and hide.
Yeah, no. What is too long, both size and time? What's too long?
I never talked about size.
You didn't. Well, you said there was too
You
long.
said something in there. There was something.
You hit my birth control, it's too long.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay, sorry.
Like, what's the perfect amount of time for Ray? What is too?
I feel like people have been asking this for ages.
Dying minds want to know.
Yeah,
What is
what's
that? I don't
the
think that's the right
time?
phrase.
Is 15 minutes too long? I'm joking.
Inquiring minds on dying.
I think for me, the point where I'm over it is usually. Oh God, I hate getting into details about this. Is usually like if I'm on trajectory to finish and they fuck it up at that point.
And they go off trail.
Then it's too long.
Where you start back at finish line is the absolute
I'm
worst.
just done with it then. I'm just like, all right, fucking finish, bro. Like, we're done here. It's over.
You're like a on and off switch, dude, like instantly.
And then the most annoying thing is like if they get obsessed with like, but you have to finish, but you have to finish, but you have to finish. I'm like,
just let
fuck
that.
off.
You know what that's what you do? You pull out the
just
fake.
finish.
You pull out
Wait a minute.
you pull out the fake orgasm card and you just finish. But I'm done.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Women have been crying for centuries about men not caring about them getting off. But then you have a guy who's obsessed with you getting off, which I would.
It's a lot of
as a man, that would be a dream.
Okay,
if a girl was like, "I have to make you come," like, "Oh fuck yeah."
If a guy's not hitting the spot though, it's just redundant movement. Like it's not enjoyable. It's not
But then teach
enjoyable.
him. See, that's a topic for another day.
I don't want to teach.
That's a top. See, that's a topic for another day. I think the world would be a happier place, and women would be happier
if they
sexually.
had more orgasms.
No, one, yes, if they did, but then two,
Happier world.
if they communicated, if they talked about, because like
I'll
truly,
admit, I'm not the best at communicating. I'll be straight up about that. But
guys should also take the initiative and be like, hey, is there anything that, do you like, do you dislike? Because it kind of feels like an asshole as a woman coming to you and be like, hey, can you like stroke different? Like, it just sounds really rude.
But what's the difference? What's the difference between you?
Because that person that is asking about the critiques and stuff is actually bringing it up versus me just bringing it up out of the blue. Hey, I don't like the way you fuck me. Can you fuck me different?
No, it's not saying I don't like the way you do it. It's saying, hey, I like this. First off,
I like this, but I don't like that. I don't like what you're doing. In order to teach someone, that means they're doing something that you don't like.
Yeah, that's okay. Because you personally, the way I look at it is you have to own your sex. Like you have to own your pleasure.
you have to kind of be responsible for it if you want it.
Because like everybody gets pleasure very differently. Like it's not even just like women have different spots. Even men, like men have different things that get them off. Like some men are just naturally, easy to get turned on just by the stimulation of penetration. But some men, they actually are like more into like the performative side of sex. Mm-hmm. And that's me. Like I can't just get off on just having sex. We just can't just, that's not me. I need the whole shebang in order for it to be pleasurable. But in order for that to even happen, I have to, one, communicate it. Two, I have to make sure that the person is comfortable with that. And then if they are, then we get busy doing that shit. Women have to kind of do the same thing with men because some women want to be more dominant. And, like, for example, like girls have asked me to slap them. And I'm not going to do that. But the fact that they asked, now I know.
So do you feel like there's a difference between saying like change your stroke game versus like adding something different into sex? Because like you're asking them to change a behavior of what they're doing versus like having them add something new they've never done before.
I think the both are the same. And I tell you, one thing men love doing, they love seeing a girl come. They love pleasing a girl.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is sometimes when they're not hitting the right target, and it's like Ray said, you pull out that fake orgasm card, and you just
then they
do
didn't
it.
please you though, and then now you go
So
through.
in the middle of sex, do you want your partner to like stop and like get a diagram out and be like, hey, you know what? This is what I want to do next time. Like I feel like that'd be a conversation
it doesn't
have like,
happen.
after
It
do
doesn't.
the fake orgasm and you have that conversation like
No,
at your
it
breakfast.
doesn't require.
I've never faked one before. Like I just won't do it.
I'm happy. That's great to hear.
I
But,
just
like,
won't do it. Like
What?
I'm
done.
into it, and then you can tell I'm not into
But-
it anymore.
but it's also not
and
a-
at that point, you need to finish.
See, but I feel like an asshole if I'm like that because there's been times where I've been like that. And
I
I'm
felt
just
like an asshole for it too, but it's like, okay, shut up. Let's come on.
dude, like wrap it up. Like I'm done. Yeah,
start
no.
playing music.
The wrap it up box.
That's funny. But it's also not like a thing where you got to pull a diagram out. Sometimes it's just correction. Like it's like, hey, can you get a little bit lower so that way you can hit this spot? Like, oh.
But
And
do
then
you
when
want
they
them
hit-
to have this conversation with you like during sex?
Hell
or-
yeah.
I just
Yes.
I feel like it would just like diminish the man. Like I feel like his ego would just
From personal experience, no, it doesn't.
okay.
I'll tell you from another male experience, we're not going to care at all.
It's just like you're getting pussy, right?
I mean, we're so in the moment that we're not going to be like, oh, she thinks I'm doing a terrible job. We're just like, oh, you want me to do this now?
Limp dick.
Well-
Yeah, no.
Unless it's really outlandish. I think they're going to
Yeah,
like.
like unless you're like insulting us, like if you're like your small dick is not hitting the spot, like no, our feelings,
Don't do
now our
that.
feelings are hurt.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't tell us we have a
Okay,
small
let me
dick.
know.
But like,
that.
but like you could go, hey, that feels good or that doesn't feel good, especially if something's hurting. Like don't just sit there.
yeah. You
Don't
can't-
just sit there and take a punishing just for the sake of.
I'm not. No, then see, but that's where you, like I said, you pulled that motherfucking fake orgasm card, and you one and done, you are finished. Oh, so good.
So now we know.
Off me and get the fuck out of my house.
No,
Yeah,
tell me
no.
that shit is hurting, and then I will stop. Tell me to correct it, and I will fix it. I'm Bob the Builder. Let's go.
I'm pulling out my Uno
all right,
cards.
let's move on to the hot takes.
Okay.
All right, bartender, what we got?
Oh, well. Get this. Beards make men more attractive.
Beards are makeup for men.
I think it depends on the face.
That's fire.
I like that.
That's a bar.
I'm so creative that. Yeah. Shut up, peanut gallery. No one's talking to you.
That's an easy hot take. Yeah, I mean, I think I look way more attractive with a beard than with that one.
Facial hair is sexy on men.
Okay.
Not on. I don't like facial hair on women.
No.
Wax that shit. I don't want to see that.
You don't want to. Okay.
But as like on men, facial hair is like sexy. I love it.
Okay. I think
Not-
we're all in agreement there, right?
Yes, but like there is you can't have it too long. Too long gets kind of
yeah.
gross.
Oh.
Or like depending on the hair texture too. If someone's like too bristly, where like if we're kissing and stuff, it starts irritating my face. Like I don't like that.
Start getting bumps in your lip.
I don't. I don't know if I necessarily like mustache or anything like that, but I really like chin strap. Like I like.
I just think
Chin
that
strap
I
on
just
here.
think that just comes down to care though. Like even
How
if you,
maintained it is.
yeah, like even
And
if
if
you
that
have
person's
like
able to grow that, some men can't do that.
well, even if you have like like naturally coarse hair, like I have naturally coarse hair here, but I put beard oil in and I brush it all the time just to try to get it going a certain direction.
Right, but like your mustache right here, like it's not coming down over your lips to where it
but
would
it
tickle.
will. I trim.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you do your maintenance
Yeah,
and
I
everything.
trim. It's all about care for sure.
I won't kiss any like if they have a lot of facial hair and they eat. You need to fix that shit. It's really
There's
hard.
like something hanging down inside of
If
it.
you have facial hair and you consume food,
I was going to say, what kind of messy men
just like
just have crumbs in their beards kissing you?
I won't kiss you till you go to the bathroom and like check yourself. Like
Why are
you
you
have
making
food
such a
hide-
mess
you
in
could
their
have
beard?
food hiding in the beard, like, no, I'm good.
Okay, anyways, next
Bleh.
one.
Beards aren't bibs, okay?
I mean, I okay.
Oh my god.
I don't like that.
That's funny. That's good.
I got one more for you guys.
Okay.
Closing up here. One person must always be more dominant than the other in a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Two dominant people, I feel like butt heads.
Can't have two alphas. Even in a wolf pack.
I was just
Not
thinking that.
has to, but naturally, there's always going to be someone who has that trait more than the other.
Yeah.
Like, you might have two people who are dominant in social spheres, but one's going to be more dominant in the relationship
Yeah,
than the
that's
other.
totally two different worlds.
Yeah.
Because you can be a totally different person in your relationship versus like any other relationship.
Yeah.
Like friendships with family and friendships and stuff like that. That's a really good point. Like as far as relationship goes, I don't think two alphas could work together.
Yeah, and you know one thing that alphas suck at is support. Alphas are not great supporters, so you got to have
Because they
one
lead, right?
Exactly. You have to have one person who's more of a supportive person, and then the other person who's dominant. The dominant person can delegate. Usually, the dominant person is going to take care of most responsibilities, anyways. But they can have somebody they can dominate that they can not dominate. They have somebody who they can delegate to, and then that person, without having their ego bruised, is able to carry out the task. That's not just in a relationship. I think that it's in a workplace. I think that's in family life. I think that's in all relationships, even friendships. You know what I mean? Like you usually have like that one person who's making all the plans. You do.
That's true. I mean, that is true.
That person's the more dominant one. Let's just keep it a buck.
I feel like we answered that one.
All right. Well, it looks like we've wrapped it up there. That's all the hot takes for today and all the topics for today. This has been the Happy Hour. Now, if you've been watching and sticking along with us, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment. We are also back on Spotify, Apple Pod, Amazon Music, all the other streaming services. So make sure that you leave a review and also subscribe to that as well, because you want to be updated on anything that pops up there. You never know what's going to pop up. You might have a new show. Who knows? Okay. Well, once again, I'm Cousin P. That's May May.
Bye,
That's
guys.
Ray.
Bye,
and
guys.
the bartender. And we out.
Have a lovely night.